Wyatt is a very proud steam engine. He is the fastest engine on the South Roman Railway. He loves pulling the express along the main line, and he is proud when he gets it to their destinations right on time. His driver was very proud of him too. Looks like you've broken a record again, Wyatt. One afternoon, Wyatt was resting in the sheds when Edward puffed up with the line of coal cars. Hello, Wyatt. Oh, hello, Edward. You do look dirty today. Of course I am. All because of these stupid freight cars. I've tried hard to keep them in line, but all they do is to make me having my Great Western coat dirty all over again. That's because you're not being careful with them. That's why they've got your coat dirty, Edward. But it wasn't my fault for this mess. They did it on purpose. Well, to be honest, Edward, as long as you could have got those cars back for trying to make you look silly, you wouldn't be in the predicament at all. Whatever. Anyway, I was bound to be puffed out sooner or later. I might need your help getting these cars ready, Wyatt, because if not, some other engines may be saying you're after being lazy. First of all, Edward, I am not. Second, I am an important engine. Important engines need plenty of rest before the next train, but I doubt that you wouldn't understand that, Edward. And third, now if you don't mind, I don't have time to sit around with you fussing at me for something I'm not supposed to do. Edward snorted and went about his work. Later, Wyatt was taking on water from the standpipe because the water tower was under-repaired. I wouldn't drink too much of that water if I were you, Wyatt. It might give you borer aches. Puh! What's this? Teasing Wyatt Day? First Edward, and now you, Chelsea. Big engines have big needs. Other engines are just annoying. Don't say I didn't warn you. Wyatt was very cross. Ugh, one of these days, I'll get back on everyone for the way they treated me. A few days later, Tanner was arranging Edward's coaches for his passenger train. Wyatt was watching him and was still in a bad mood. That's right, a main trial coaches for a useless little blue puff like you. Shut up, you grizzly green git! Ha! Long enough for a buffoon shunter like you to do the job. Tanner went off in a huff. Wyatt watched Edward getting ready. Be careful, Edward. You're not doing the snow business now. Mind you, stop causing trouble and do your work today. Oh, do you really have to bring that up? Edward chuffed crossly away, but Wyatt didn't care. He yawned and went to sleep. He was enjoying his sleep when he thought he heard a strange sound in the distance. Ugh, what could that be now? Hayley, was that you? Or was that you, Chelsea? Then Wyatt saw Miss Lindsay's car pull up. She got out to see him. Good morning, Wyatt. Oh, good morning, Miss Lindsay. I didn't know you're here. Well, I just wanted to come here to let you know that both Dexter and Tanner are building a new station on their branch lines. They were getting their loads, supplies, and tar to start the construction today. So I want you to collect the workmen and take them there. Yes, ma'am. With that, Miss Lindsay left. Wyatt knew that Dexter and Tanner are running their branch lines together, but he'd never thought that they were building a new station there. So he puffed off to find his coaches. If Dexter and Tanner are having their new station been built on their branch line, then perhaps it will be a nice change for me to go see what it looks like. It's because I know best. Soon, he arrived at the shunting yards to collect the express. Hayley and Deborah were there collecting their own trains. Hello, Wyatt. We see you getting your own coaches today." "Indeed I did, Hayley. I've heard from Miss Lindsay that Dexter and Tanner are building a new station on their branch line. Are you two up for the construction too?" "Yes, we are, Wyatt. I've got the breakdown train ready, and I've got some timber for the roofs." "That's great. Now allow me to see how we get there, because I know which way to go. Follow me." Soon the engines follow Wyatt all the ways to the junction switches where he knows how to get there himself. But then Wyatt had other ideas. "I'd say, you two, why don't you just go ahead to the branch lines Dexter and Tanner are busy constructing? I'm just going to the water tower to have more drink." "Are you sure, Wyatt? What about the workmen? They don't want to be late for work." "I'm sure, Hayley, that I won't be so long. I'll come back soon after that." "Well, alright then, but don't take too long." "I won't." As soon as Hayley and Deborah left, Wyatt chuckled quietly to himself as the switches changed. Wyatt didn't go to the water tower. He decided that he should be running along the main line onto the other track. However, he had forgotten about the new station where he's supposed to be there with the other engines. Wyatt was racing down the line as he thundered along. He'd enjoyed himself so much that he had forgotten to look where he was going. Up ahead at the station, Edward was preparing to leave with his coaches when he heard a whistle behind him. "Look out, Edward!" "Whoa, Wyatt! What are you doing?" Wyatt's driver slammed on his brakes, but it was too late. Luckily, no one was hurt. Wyatt's driver and fireman had jumped clear before the crash, but Wyatt lay dazed and surprised. Wyatt's driver was cross. "Now I'll have to go and call for help." A few minutes later, Dexter arrived with the breakdown train, and Tanner arrived with Miss Lindsay on board. "Wyatt, you are not to blame for the accident. However, you've delayed your work." "I'm sorry, Miss Lindsay. I did tell Hayley and Deborah that I need to get more water before I'm on my way to the construction. But now all I do is to go goofing off on the main line, and I've smashed the buffers where I almost crashed into Edward." "Is that really so, Wyatt?" "Hayley and Deborah have been wondering where you are." "Yes, and so have Tanner and I. It's no wonder you were showing off all morning." "Dexter's right. The workmen will be late for the new station now." "Please, Miss Lindsay, if that's okay, I can take the workmen to the new station so they'll be there before it starts in the afternoon. I would like to help Wyatt by doing his work, but I was busy taking my passengers and I'm preparing to leave now, so I can't stay here for long." "What a good idea, Edward. Hurry along with your train now." "Yes, ma'am." "As for you, Wyatt, I'm afraid you have to go to the works to have your front mended. It'll be a long job. Meanwhile, another engine will come and do your work, and Hayley will show her around when she gets back from the new station." "Yes, ma'am." Soon after Wyatt was loaded back onto the rails, Tanner took him to the engine works to be mended, whilst Dexter, coupled to Wyatt's coaches, went back to the new station, where Edward already took the workmen there. And he told the other engines about what happened. Right now, the engines felt sorry for their friend, but that's another story.